Ivan, you know what? Today's
Yep.
class is going to be about a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
Talk about immigration. All right. So, Ivan, please tell me, what is your concept, your idea about immigration? What is it? What is immigration?
Well, immigration is when people or group of people move from another country to from a country to another country to improve your quality, your life quality.
Aha, to improve their quality of life.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And what are the causes? What are the reasons because people could think about immigration?
Sometimes, well, in fact, the human being is always are immigrants because we move from Africa, then we move from Asia, we move from North America. So in order to have a better life, or right now, for example, in Guatemala people and Honduran people, I don't know how to say the nationality. They move for different kind of reasons. They have a very rich countries because they can have food, uh, but they don't have they have a lot of violence and they don't have a good economy. They don't have enough jobs, so decide to move to America to United States to improve their life.
Aha, that's it. All right, and for example, what about people in Syria? They are immigrating also.
What?
People in Syria.
I don't know, Brasilia,
Syria.
Syria. Oh yeah, yeah. They move from because in Syria it's a war, so people move to Europe, Italy, France because they want to save their own life and the life of their family. So it's a different reason. In order to, it's a different reason to that in Latin American they move because they want to live
Yeah,
and to
just
see peace.
yeah, they want to survive.
Yeah, to survive. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's it. Poor people. It is really sad that people have to move, have to leave their homes because they need to survive.
Yeah.
All right. And so, Ivan, what's your opinion, your personal opinion on immigration?
Well, I think sometimes it's necessary because, for example, we don't ha- you don't have to move from country to country to do the immigration process. For example, my grandmother and my mom used to live in a farm, so they moved to the city to Guadalajara because in the farm they don't have enough things to survive, like enough food, or they don't have meat, or the river destroy everything, so they need to move. So sometimes it's necessary. It's a natural process, and in some ways, it helps the countries to grow because they have to provide the people the good conditions to live. So, for example, in the United States, they have a lot of immigrations. It's for India, China, Mexico, Europe. So they have a lot of nationalities, and they improve their own country.
Aha, that's it. So it provides all of the countries, it provides people, yes, with the opportunities. You're right.
Yeah.
And yes, as you said before, also, it provides the country some elements to grow up. You know what? I think that the United States is a very interesting country because there are people from many parts in the world. Well,
Yeah.
from my point of view, that is attractive. That is attractive
Yeah, of
because,
course.
yeah, people look for some more important, well, not more important, but more interesting way to learn. For example, I'm talking about students. As a student, I would prefer to study in an international community because it is culture.
Yeah.
It is so cultural, so it helps me as a student to have a better overview about the world.
Yeah, different points of view too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you very much, Ivan. You know, let's go to give me a
Ay,
minute.
bebé, que nomás que no se te caigan, porque se quebran. Que no se te caigan las cosas.
Aha, here it is. So look at this. Here we have some words, some chunks of words that are going to be useful for you to express some ideas about immigration. For example, look at this. Here it is, something very good. Judicial. Here we have judicial. We have a flag, asylum, identity. All right, so here we have many different words exponents. So
Yeah.
would you please write some examples in the chat using these words? Write some ideas with these words, all right?
Okay. Mm,
Letty, welcome. How are you?
Fine, teacher, thank you. And you?
Excellent. I'm much better. You know what? Last Sunday, I was voiceless.
Okay.
Now I am much more better.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks, God.
Yeah, thanks God. Letty, how have you been? How was your week?
Oh, very busy because I had a lot of work and I have a family problem,
Oh my.
yes, with my daughter. And well, I am a little tired.
That's it. Well, fortunately, everything is going to be okay.
Yes.
You, yeah, you are going to be able to rest.
Yes. I hope so.
Let's hope so. All right, Letty, you know what? Today we are talking about immigration.
Okay.
It is a very interesting topic because we can have many different ideas, opinions, and concepts
Yes.
about immigration. What we are doing now is that in the chat, we are writing some examples about this, about immigration, but using words that you have in the we are going to check up something about spelling and grammar.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I can hear you very well. I think it's like the sound. I don't know how to explain it. When we said you hear like cortado, no?
It's cut. The sound is cut.
It's a good expression in English too.
Yeah, that's it. The sound is cut.
Okay, the sound is cut, and I couldn't understand everything you told me.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Yes, here we have some words in the screen.
Yes.
I'm going to use them for expressing our ideas about immigration, and I would like you to write them in the chat. All right.
Okay.
Ivan wrote, travel in order to know a foreign country and their culture. All right. Refugee in order to improve their quality of life. Of illegal, I think, is not legal or illegal immigration because the human being is an immigrant. So even I would write a natural immigrant. But in some ways, the local governments have to protect their borders and, of course, their people. Law is the way where the rules are written for people. Okay, not for the people.
For people.
That's it. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you very much.
I have to write it in the part of the chat. Or?
Yes, please. But,
okay.
so that we can give you feedback about writing style, grammar, and spelling.
Okay. 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 A ver. Let me think. Okay, let me. Oh, I can't find it. Chat.
Okay, there are 3 little dots that says, yes. Okay, there you can find the chat.
Okay, yes. And I have to choose my name because I couldn't open a square in order I can write it.
Yes, don't worry. You are here registered like Leticia Escobar, so it is going to appear like that.
Yes, I found it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. You wrote. It's a revealing portrait of life. Letty, pretty good. I could do a little correction.
Yes.
Legal citizenship.
Citizenship? Okay.
Ciudadanía.
Okay.
Then, ciudadano is... All right, so illegal citizenship is a revealing portrait of life.
Okay, it's like an adjective with a noun, because in this case, illegal is the adjective.
That's it.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you very much. Ivan, why don't you write some more examples and let it do, please?
Okay.
Practice a little more.
You delivered this corporation from certain food. Just doing my job spectacularly. It's more television. Fight than you. Stop introducing. Exactly. Did Did you say introduce the new CEO? Yes! Not be the new CEO? You're not the new CEO. Really? It gives me great pleasure to introduce a real up-and-comer from the research and development department. Anyway, meet your new boss. Synergy, mobility, idea, leadership, followership, baby core. What does any of that even mean? Tomorrow's baby is today. Welcome, Colonel Mac Superstar. CEO, baby!
Okay, so Ivan wrote, passport is the valid ID that provides identification to the people who travel. It's issued by the local government. Hey, Ivan, pretty good, excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. Okay, one more example, all right, Ivan?
Okay.
I wrote an example. Can I send you?
Yes, of course, Letty.
Okay.
Fun to smell. Yes. Pleasant to smell. No. One great rule is no more.
Stinkless serum, a revolutionary breakthrough in baby technology. No matter how stinky the baby.
Excellent, very good, Letty. Illegal immigration in Mexico has been a problem, especially since last year. Wow, hey, no corrections.
Wow. Yupi.
Yeah, congratulations to you. You are very good.
Thank you.
All right, one more example, all right?
Mhm.
Stinkless serum, Stace. She earned the job, so I just accepted it.
Okay, Ivan wrote, naturalization is the process where the people who moves to another country acquires the new citizenship. Wow, Ivan, very good. Just that little correction. Naturalization is the process.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And here, whenever you are talking about people, it is a collective noun. So people talks about a lot of people. So it talks about plural. So we say people who move, not to move.
Okay.
All right? Hey, that's excellent. Very good job.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Okay, I am thinking.
It's okay, Letty.
Okay. Okay, let me see.
Go ahead.
Yes, I think. But I think it's okay. Mm. I hear a baby.
Ah, yeah. A beautiful baby.
Yes.
Yeah, it's mine. Sorry.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I think it could be. Okay. Let me see. I don't have my lens and I couldn't see, I couldn't watch if I I am typing. Okay.
Ah, it's okay, don't worry. Okay, Letty, you wrote naturalization is the legal act or process by which a non-citizen in a country may acquire citizenship.
Citizen. In this case, it's okay. Citizenship.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Citizen, ciudadano.
Yes.
Citizenship, ciudadanía.
Ciudadanos. Ciudadanía. Sí. Okay. Sí, sí, sí. I digo yes. Sorry. Yes.
Excellent. Pretty good job. All right. You know what? I would like you to help me to do the next activity.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go to the next part.
Mhm.
And here I want to show you something. Okay. So for me, these are some of the implications about immigration. For some people, immigration may help a job opportunity. For some others, it may be a separation from their families. For other people, it may mean risky trips, to be escaping from their authorities and to be in danger of dying. For other people, it would suppose discrimination.
Mhm.
So, what is your opinion about this, Letty?
I think in my point of view, on my point of view, I think immigration is good for people who want to have a better level in their lives. But for the country that for the country that they won't enter, no, it's very. I can't explain it. It's difficult, I think, because all the people, for example, in Mexico, I don't agree. Mhm. Or in the case of many people enter to Mexico because, okay, I know all of them desire reach the nationality of the United States, but they couldn't. Instead of that, they stay in Mexico. In every state of Mexico they pass, some of them stay there, and they don't have jobs. They don't have a better way of life. They don't have anything, and maybe they could ask for permission for a job or I don't know. But many of them maybe could be or behave a thief, for example, no? or a drug dealer, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating. It's the correct word. But to me, it's very, very, a very, no, a big problem.
That's it. I agree with you in some points. All right, thank you very much, Letty. Ivan, what do you think about this? What's your opinion?
Okay, as I say, it's a natural process for the humanity because we are immigrants since the beginning. For example, a few weeks later, the Mexican president told Spain to apologize for the damage for the conquest, but I think it was wrong because Mexico is Mexico for the immigration, for the Spain immigration in that time. I know it was some mistakes. It wasn't the good manners, but Mexico is Mexico for the immigration, for the Spanish immigration. So For me, it's a natural process. If you was born in, for example, in Taiwan, and you don't like the conditions, you don't like the weather, you don't like some ways, you have to move. You move to have a better life quality. So for me, it's kind of natural. So we can uh, use the people or criminalize the people because they have a. It's hard to move from one place to another. So I don't know. It's hard to make a point of view of that because
Yes, that's it. This topic can also be a bone of contention.
Yes.
yeah.
It's a
Yes,
difficult topic.
sorry. I want to tell something. I can? Can I?
Yes, of course.
Okay. In a part, I agree with Ivan, but also I disagree. I agree because I think, okay, he is right in the way that he said, oh, Mexico is Mexico because of the Spanish immigrants. Okay, in that part, I think he's right because at present, Mexico has a lot of habits that the Spanish uh, let in this country, but also the Spanish immigrants bring to Mexico a lot of diseases because I think the Aztecs were very healthy people and very clean people, and the Europeans weren't exactly a clean people because of the less water they have, no? But I don't know. I think, as you say, we can have a strong debate because
Yeah,
of this topic. Mhm.
yeah. You know what? As I mentioned to you, that this could be a bone of contention, no? Like whenever we are talking about soccer or
Yeah.
whenever we are talking about politics.
Decision.
But sorry, how do you spell bond of contention?
Let me write it in the screen so that you can
Okay.
see it. It's a bone of contention. It is an American idiom.
Okay.
So it means something that we can be fighting for a long time. We can be fighting for it.
Okay. Okay. Bone. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
No, thanks to you. All right. So, you know what? Here I have some questions for you. Well, first of all, let me erase this part. Okay, let's move to the next image. Here we have some questions. For example, the first one. When is immigration helpful to a country and when is it harmful? I think,
I think
yes.
It could be helpful when they could help with a lot of jobs or a lot of forms of help in the country in order, for example, to hide the level of the I, I am thinking in Spanish.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes, for example, in the I forgot I forgot it. In the forest, for example, if they go and collect for example, trashes and clean a beautiful landscape or something like that, and they could obtain a good job. They could hire the people of the city, of the country, sorry. But I think it's harmful when they attack the citizens of that country, or they began to steal a lot of things, or they commit a lot of violence against the police or of the community, or I don't know.
Uh-huh. I got your idea. Thank you very much. All right, Ivan, please, could you help me answering
Carito,
in your country need
¿cómo se
more or
dice
less
campo?
immigrants?
¿Qué? Fío.
Yeah, for example, it's helpful when the people apport something for the country, for the economy, for the job, in order to improve the jobs or the country in sports, for example. No? But it's harmful when, for example, in United States, they have a lot of immigrants, so people only do some jobs that is a basic job, for example, the gardening or construction or something like that, and the people stays doing the same, so it doesn't improve the country so to be stronger. So maybe it's that the the way that the Americans doesn't like the Latin American immigration, but in some ways these people do the job that the Americans don't want to do. So for me, it's helpful when the people apport something, even if it is only job. So or are harmful. So for example, Leticia said when people bring some drugs or some diseases or something like that.
Aha, that's it. You know what? I think that, for example, in the case of Mexico, and all of the countries, of course, I'm just going to refer to the Mexican case. We have been very benefited by immigration because there have been very useful people who has come from different places, and they have apported scientific discoveries. They have apported also some academic growing up, because many of the people who came to Mexico, or no, I will rewrite my example. Many of the good things that Mexico has had, of the discoveries, of the inventions, have been made by strangers, by immigrants. Of course, we have had many outgoing, outstanding people who have discovered things, Mexican people who have been great, but we have to be also sincere, and we must say that many of the things that the strangers have brought have been good. All right, so Letty, why don't you please answer this question? What nationalities are some immigrants who come to your country?
I think Guatemala. What? How do you, I don't know. Guatemala and Venezuela is the mode or the fashion, no, for Venezuela, China or Chinese people. Cubans. There's a lot of Cubans in Mexico.
All right.
But I have, but well, I want I want to tell you something about the thing you just said. Okay, I think I know that Mexico um, could accept that many people, many foreigners live here in order they they do a lot of discoveries or better our lives in the medical side, or I don't know. For example, I have a friend who is a very talented Cuban. He has 3 doctor's degree. It's the correct term.
Uh-huh.
Doctor's degree, okay.
Oh my.
Yes, he's a very intelligent person in the image of computers and numbers or something like that, in this camp. And he loves Mexico. He each year he comes to Mexico and stay here from above 4 months, or 4 or 5 months. But always he returns to Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the way that foreigners come to Mexico is okay, and also Mexican people go to other countries in order to give their knowledge, etc. It's good, but I think they must return to their countries. Yes, because maybe a special or certain country is overpopulated, is the term, or
Uh-huh.
yeah, and it's not good for any country, I think, because there's a lot of sorry, but repeat the word country, but I think a lot of countries, there is a lot of countries that are almost empty. They need people, yeah. They need inclusive children, for example, no? And there's a lot of countries that are very, very overpopulated.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, I understand and I agree. All right. Now, Ivan, would you like to add up anything about what Letty said?
Yes, but in some ways I disagree. There is a lot of people who has a really good skills. So, but in order to protect our borders, there is a lot of stupid rules that you don't live there with immigrants as legal because you protect your internal policies. So it's okay, I know. But some people are really good in their skilled,
Uh-huh.
and they can immigrate because there are some rules that they can do. For example, the man who is Cuban, he has maybe a really good skill for something he can improve in Mexican scientist ways. So we don't let him stay in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. I understand, yes. All right. And so, thank you very much, Ivan. Let's go, Ivan, to the next question. What could happen if we erased all country borders and let the people live wherever they want?
I think it's kind of impossible because the human being is always have to have the private property. So it's difficult. I think it's like a utopia. I don't know how to say. So
Utopic.
utopic, yeah. I think it's kind of utopic because the the people always have to, I don't know, to stay in some places, so they have to protect themselves. So, for example, if we open all the borders, maybe, as Leticia says, some countries will be so overpopulation, so it will be impossible to stay there, because we need a lot of issues, natural resources. So I think it's, we can do it.
That's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Ivan. Okay, Letty, what do you think about what Ivan said? Could you add up something else?
Well, I think it could be possible, but it can bring us a lot of problems, maybe, because in this case, the first part is that human rights is going to make a complaint because of the human rights of the immigrants or of the peoples who want to enter, for example, to Mexico, no?
Mm-hmm.
And also immigrants could behave violent with or rude with the people who cover the borders, for example. And it could have, I don't know, it's the best word, but I think internal word or something like that, because maybe it could have also an international word, no? Because, for example, suppose Mexico closed the border with Guatemala, no? And the Guatemalan people began to fight with the police for Mexico, and the police, in this case, maybe could kill something. Obviously, the government of Guatemala began a complaint. This is Mexico, or something like that, and maybe could intervene. The ONU is UNO. In English is UNO. Yes.
Yeah.
And something like that. I think so. It could be, but it's very, very, very dangerous and difficult.
Yeah, kind of like so difficult. All right, thank you very much. Now, Letty, please, could you answer this question? Does your country have strict immigration laws?
No, really no. I think I know the international how do you say in Spanish? Relaciones. I don't remember. No. The place where you go in order to inscribe to immigrants in order to obtain the permission is
it the embassy?
Exterior Relations. Okay, the secretary. Bueno, no, la Secretaría de Relaciones Exteriores.
The Exterior Relationship.
Eso, Exterior Relationship
Office.
Secretary or department?
Department.
Okay. In this case, I think they, in the case of Guatemala, they are doing a lot of controls in order people can access to Mexico, but only by the registration of their name or of their data. Okay. But I think it's only like a dream because only few people do that. Yeah. The other one cross illegally.
Yeah, only a few people can reach it.
Yes, only few people can reach it.
A few
people can reach it. Sorry.
All right, thank you very much. Ivan, would you like to add up something to what Letty said?
I disagree a little with her because Mexico has a really strict immigration rules. The problem is that Mexico, we don't respect the rules, and the people who is in charge to do that rules doesn't understand or doesn't follow the rules, or they don't care. It's as simple as it. So, for example, for Guatemalan people or for Latin American people, Mexico issues visa for that people. So for that way, I support that it's a strict immigration system in Mexico, but even the people still crossing the borders illegal because we don't have enough protection in the borders. We don't have people. We only have bridges or something like that. But yeah, Mexico has a really strict immigration rules for some people. For some countries, in fact, they have some ban from Russian people too. So, but there is some good people in Russia that can afford to Mexico a really good skills. But that's my point of view.
Thank you very much.
As our president says, there's a lot of corruption.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. I think that it is one of the most difficult problems that we have in Mexico, corruption.
Yeah.
That people just solve their problems with a bribe. A bribe.
Right, yes.
That's it. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so who's next? Here is Ivan. What should immigrants know before they can become citizens, for example, in Mexico?
Well, they have to know some histories of Mexico. Some because they have to do an exam to apply for a naturalization process. So they have to know the rules. They have to know what to do when they doing that process. And of course, as I say, some history, some things we do in Mexico. So, for example, the geography or the weather or something like that.
Okay, pretty good. All right, Letty, could you add up something to what Ivan said?
No, because I don't know a lot of that topic, but I think this is, we could use in that case the naturalization, no? Because it's the process in which they could be citizenship, no?
Yeah, they could get the citizenship.
They could get the the citizenship, no? And the citizenship is granted to a foreign citizen, no?
Yes, that's it. All right.
Sorry, but I don't know a lot of that topic.
It's okay. All right. Don't worry about that. Remember that here in this class, the main point, the principal point, is not the general knowledge. Of course, it works. It helps. But here our point is communication in English. Okay. So that's the principle.
Okay. I could only add, no, that they must submit an application form with all their data, and I think they must have to support it with documents, no? I think.
Yeah, that's it. All right, thank you very much. All right, you know what? I think that it is a very difficult topic because it is not only what we know, but also our opinion. Whenever we are talking about opinions, there could be many, and there could be not only the similar opinions, but also the opposite ones. And so it is
Yes.
sometimes difficult. But anyway, it's very interesting to know about the other person point of view, because that's the way that we can learn more about some topics, or even to think about different ideas, and we can not only support our own ideas, but also we can change our mind. We can say, oh yes, that's very good, I haven't considered that possibility. All right, well, finally I have a question for you, but guys, tell
Okay.
me, let's suppose that you are, I don't know, you are an authority in
Yes.
Mexico. Let's suppose that you are the president. Leti and Ivan, what would you do to solve some problems? For example, the issue with the Honduran immigrants in Tijuana. What would you do, Leti?
I don't know, but I think I I try to other countries join with our country, with me, and invite to private economy to found enterprises, private enterprises, maybe in Honduras, even um, even when that place maybe isn't no, doesn't have a high level in its economy, for example. But maybe if everybody work together, we can do some no some yes some helpful or some good in that country. Maybe we could mm, offer a lot of jobs and better the level of life of that people, and in that case that people uh, don't think and go to have a good luck in another country, for example. And in the case of the people that stay in Mexico in this moment, I well, maybe I could sound very very drastic or a bad people, no, but
Person.
I would return to their country.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I am going to consider your proposals. Maybe I will vote for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Ivan, now it's your turn. Convince me.
Oh, well, it's a difficult problem because we don't know if the people has some skill for to do some kind of job. For example, if they don't have they don't they don't are skilled people, it's difficult to talk with the enterprise to open job position for them. So we need to know what kind of specialization they have, or maybe we need to do some programs to teach that people to do some kind of jobs. For example, as mechanic, as I don't know, mechanic or computer repair or something like that, in order to provide that people capacitation or
Training.
skill training, training or skills to do something, and in that way we can provide them for jobs.
Hey, yes, that's a very good proposal also. But you would make excellent politicians. I would vote for
Could
you.
I add something? Could I say something about Ivan told us?
Ivan proposals, yes.
Yeah. Um, I think his proposals are very good. But I think many of us also think in, oh, poor immigrants, or help immigrants. But what happened with the poverty of our nation? We have a lot of millions people that live in the totally poor, in the poverty, sorry, and why we couldn't offer them maybe a specialization or do something because they are very skillful people. Why don't we can offer them a job or a training program or I don't know. No, that's all.
All right. You know what? In a point of the class, I really felt you passionate for the topic because this is even, it is a very, it's a hot topic.
Yes.
So we are nowadays, we are suffering the problem of immigration. And
Yes.
even, for example, in Mexico, you said that we are experiencing some discontrol, some issues, political issues, economical ones, security issues because of this fact.
Yes.
But anything, it was very interesting. I thank you very much for your very good participation.
Thank you.
I hope that you spent very beautiful vacation time.
Oh, I thank you. Same to you.
Thank you very much. Have a very good night.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Have a night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good
See
night.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Super cool. Yes. Super. Want some business advice?